let me introduce. In the bottom left, giving Maru a run for his copious amount of prize money. The Brazilian Terran, the runner-up in the regional championship for Americas. It's Kelazhur. And then, the hometown hero, the best player from the United States of America, and the champion over Kelazhur of that region as well. American Pro Tour. It's Astrea. The last time these two faced, it was knockdown, drag-out aggression, where neither player really seemed to be able to stabilize at any point. As the moment they tried to pick themselves up, they got knocked back down again and started rolling around with early Cyclones, gold bases, DTs, proxy oracles. Nothing untoward yet here. And this is, of course, a very different setting than a best of 7 for the regional championship. But obviously, neither of these two players wants to be headed to the knockout bracket so early. Probe comes in, sees one ranks expand. We'll likely see the Marine as well. Kelazhur not even bothering with the Reaper. Probe gonna be annoying, as it always is. Pokes and prods. The Marine will come out. Kelazhur, whoa, the micro. I think he got away in time. It is very important info that you don't need to keep anything at home to deal with that first Reaper. And that Kelazhur is clearly trying to get some more tech out early. Prompts a chrono boost out of Astrea. Nexus is about to complete. Factory on the way alongside the reactor at the front for Kella. And what's it going to be, Astrea? Looks like a Twilight. Indeed. Takes down... He takes down the mineral wall, unlocks the essentially mining DLC part of the map. Technically, there's no way on the ground to get here without either going through rocks or mining through the mineral wall. Oh my god, a proxy starport on this corner of the map. It's going to be a Hellion drop to kick things off. Astrea poking and prodding with the first Stalker here. A bit risky. It doesn't want to... There's a risk of Cyclones about to pop out. Astrea doesn't want to overstay his welcome. Is that slightly... I think the probe gets it. But now? Now what? Is he gonna... Well, do you recall it? Or does he just... No, it's too late now. Well, he's been around too long. Loses the Stalker. But seeing the Hellions is also a very important part of this. Without that, without knowing for sure it's Hellions as opposed to Cyclones or even Widow Mines, it becomes a lot harder to prepare any sort of defense. Astrea is knowledgeable about the danger, but is he quite... Oh, he's hard-walling the front. Okay, yeah, he has a very good idea of what this could be. That doesn't make it too much less dangerous, as 4 Hellions are still potentially a deadly number if they get into that mineral line. Oh my. Astrea sees it, but he doesn't react particularly quickly. Oh no. 3, 6, 7, 8, 10. Oh no. 11. And he finishes the wall off with a cyber core. He can, of course, blink over the top. Was it worth it? Oh my god, he has to kill his own cyber core now. Okay. And the follow-up, more Hellions headed in. Now, this is awkward. He didn't kill the medevac, and he hasn't done any damage on the other side of the map. So, well, the follow-up is going to be quite relevant here. Astrea still has 38 to 36 workers. That was a tough loss there, but definitely not game-ending, especially considering Astrea already has a third base finishing. Kelazhur does not have a starport at home, for one. Whoa, the medevac picked off by a single blink stalker. Astrea, okay. Well, with that pick off there, I think he just secured his position. There's a Liberator coming in, but now Astrea should be able to lock down his base. Depends on how fast he reacts. And he does very quickly. Couple stalkers warped in. This is annoying. But with Storm on the way, Storm getting a lot more popular lately. The Storm season blowing in lately. As a lot less players relying on the Robo Bay, but instead getting those early Templar to deal with the Bio Balls. The Starport is headed home, but without any medevacs, there's not much threat from that Bio Ball, especially if Storm is already complete. How many gateways? Only 2 for Astrea, which is... He's got 7 stalkers to potentially slow down any sort of tank push here if he can spot it. The Observer? Okay. Well, there's no units at home, but where are they? The much more relevant question. Observer spotty on the other side. Astrea doesn't know exactly what he's dealing with right now. And if those tanks are able to siege up, the Blink Stalkers are coming back. But if the tanks are in position, this gets a lot dicier. 8 seconds on Storm. 5. Combat shield is done. The tanks will target. He's splitting. The tanks get one of the Templar, but a Storm lands. And I think that is enough. Again, Kelazhur will get some damage. But Astrea will hold. Oh no, he lost the second Templar. So, a difficult battle, but Astrea holds the line. And he has 3 bases behind it. His infrastructure growing. Does he have charge? Yeah, charge is done. Forge on the way. Kelazhur. 3rd command center. Okay, he has a follow-up here. And the first medevacs are coming out as well. Now, it wasn't a free win for Astrea, but shutting down its 2 siege tanks and all the bile. So, maintaining any amount of army after that is going to be important. Kelazhur looking for something. There's still... No! You shall not wait. Did the Hellions win? Oh no. No! The charge lot stuck behind it. But he holds the door, the mineral wall there. The Hellions take it out. Astrea taking a 4th base already before Kelazhur landing his 3rd. The worker count up to 73 versus 60. That Observer. Kelazhur takes it out immediately. Robobay now on the way. Immortals in production. Astrea, only 6 gateways here. He's got double forge. He's got a lot in production. And it hasn't yet been delivered. So, there is still a vulnerable timing. The thing is, 4 Templar, even without a prism to protect them, there's no tanks. There's nothing. A Widow Mine drop is headed out. Ah, yes. The classic tactic. A Widow Mine's something to possibly drag Kelazhur back into this, especially economically. Single mine at the watchtower. Not spotted there. Does he have an armory done? Indeed he does. The Storms on the other side of the tower. The awkward standoff here. The Widow Mine actually providing vision for Kelazhur. Another Storm, though. But the mine drop. He has a cannon, but that won't stop the mines from burrowing. Uh-oh. But wait, there's more. Another one at the natural. Oh, this is 3 probes. It could be worse. It always could be worse. Another mine. Kills a Templar. Another mine. 6 probes. He gets the medevac. But Kelazhur, I think, has served... Oh my... A drop of doom is loaded up. About as dramatic as you could get. Every single medevac he had. He loads up the unit, circumvents the watchtower. There's just no detection. The Observer coming up. He'll finally clean up this mine at the watchtower. But Kelazhur has successfully evaded the vision of Astrea, who there's no way to get back in time to save this base. He's sitting in the middle of the map, which is effectively the middle of nowhere right now. The Zealots are coming in. He unburrows the mines to make sure they don't trigger more on his army than his opponent. Oh, but the storms! He overstayed his welcome! Targeting more! The Templar coming up. Another storm will ward away the bio. Astrea losing a lot of his gateway units, but actually saved the base. Kelazhur not targeting it down. Rotating in towards the center. Oh, 4 Templar with full energy. EMP lands, but not before the storms do. Oh, he doesn't. He has 1 more EMP. The Colossus come up. There's no detection here. He loses 2 Archons. The Bio Army, though, gonna be shut down. He picks up, somehow gets out, chased down. The Widowmines are inching forward. Astrea adding 4 more gates, which will finally bring him to a decent number at 11. He's only at 7 right now. Struggling to spend his money. He's got 1,000 in the bank. Warping in another round of Stalkers will spend a large portion of it. Kelazhur, well, the 2-2 upgrades are a big deal. This is the sort of convoluted back and forth that I expected from these two. They deliver yet again. Another Widowmine drop is coming out. I don't know what happened to the center of the map, but some probes will die. Not too many here for now. The main base does have cannons. Another cannon coming up. Kelazhur moving up to the north. Is there vision? This observer is maybe a bit out of position. No, he's going to spot the army just in time. Meanwhile, the Widowmine drop coming towards the north side. Blink Stalkers shut it down, but the main army is moving in towards the base, already softened up earlier. A very bold recall, and it's canceled. The last possible second, split second, fraction of a second, and he loses the base. And how much more will be the question. The Widowmines are taken out. Observer sieged up to give vision, but it will ward him away for now. Astrea loses a key base, but he still has 4 of them. Kelazhur has 4 himself, finishes +2 infantry weapons. But Astrea, just these gaps in the defenses being exploited by the very mobile Terran army. But I feel like the momentum is continually building as Astrea gets more and more supply. His army is mostly untouched for quite a while yet. He still maintains 82 probes, and he's got that double forge pumping out upgrades. So now he has a 1 upgrade advantage. He's working on more with 3-3. Oh, EMP is on the front line. Gets the Templar. But here are the Colossi to make sure that this base is held. Is 1 Colossus enough, though? I don't think Kelazhur thinks so. An EMP across the board. The Marauders are moving forward. The Pylon is targeted. And he takes it out, but a little bit of extra damage there. The Colossus is knocked down. The Stalkers are battling, but the Terran army is too strong. More charge lots coming up. Targeting down that pylon. There's no more anti-air to deal with the medevacs. Another attack to the south, though, but way more splash damage than he bargained for. Storms knock down anything in the front and ward away the Vikings. The medevacs try to come in. He lost everything as he tried to drop out. Kelazhur down now. 20-30 supply. Another storm could be used. Astrea. Look at the Viking almost killing the Colossi. But not enough. Astrea consolidates his forces to the south side. Killers are going to be expanding to the north right under the guise of one of those zealots. The observer in place here to spot most of the army. There are... Okay. All right. Where are... Okay. Almost even. Within a few hundred resources lost. Kelazhur, his aggression is slapped down finally. And much more decisively than the rest of the match so far. But it's not over yet, as Astrea has not really found any opportunity to do damage on the other side of the map. Moving across, has a slight army supply lead, but against a planetary fortress and just a defensive position, the Warp Prism at the back, a lot of the medevacs are committed back here. So Astrea gonna move forward. The storms on the SCVs as he tries to repair. And the SCVs are melting under the withering storms. Astrea kills 13 of them, but is not going to be able to move in. That War Prism still chilling at the back. Is there a Viking? For now, yes, it kills the Observer. 3-3 is done for Astrea, though. That'll give him a very temporary 3 upgrade advantage, about to be 2. But the Bio Army, he moves a little too far forward. The storms dealt with. The Vikings take down the Prism. More zealots. This planetary isn't done yet. The Bio Ball is so thick right now. There's so many Marauders and enough Ghosts to make things extra troublesome. This army is taken out. There's a few Templar alongside. SCVs came to the wrong neighborhood, despite trying to grab it for themselves. The reinforcing army. A few Widowmines there. I don't think there's enough. There might be enough anti-air to take out the Commander, but Kelazhur is jumping on the army itself. EMPs across the bow, and there is no splash damage left. The Archons are stuck behind. Warps and more. Recalls a Templar. Is there enough energy for EMP? That was the only Templar. Warps in another round. Kelazhur takes the supply lead here. EMP's another group of it, but the Medivacs are out of energy, and shield battery overcharge helps to turn the tide. Blake Stalker's on the chase. Widowmine's recharging. Astrea takes the latter end of the fight, but Kelazhur once again is able to give him more than a bloody nose. He takes down all the Templar, all the Colossi. Oh no, the Widowmine takes a full energy Templar. How many observers on the field? None where it matters. He needs detection here. Astrea has 18 gateways, and somehow that's still not enough. The Medivacs are entirely out of energy. I don't think he has a fusion core. He's just now working on +2 armor. The Ghost coming up. EMP doesn't get the Templar with energy. More Immortals. Ghost leading the charge. Vikings hit the deck. More reinforcements, but charge lots from the back. The EMPs are too late. Astrea swings in, knocks down the Medivacs. Charge lots all over everything. And the American Protoss closes the jaws of the Zealots onto the Terran army. And down it goes. 153 to 131 supply. He scans the north. I think if there was a base fully operational there, Kelazhur GG's. That was a devastating fight. Finally, Astrea makes use of an absolutely obscene amount of gateways and the sheer number of charge lots and the economic weight behind him is too much for Kelazhur for now. 3-2 about to complete, but the upgrade advantage really showing there, as without the Medivacs, the Bio Army just can't stand up to a full surround of Zealots. Widowmine drop attempted, hides in the corner. There's nothing that can hunt it down, but the game is not over because mass charge lot does not make for a particularly great attacking army. He wants to make sure he has some splash damage with it, because getting funneled into a choke point against the highest DPS unit composition in Bio is certainly not a recipe for success. But Astrea is cooking up a strong opportunity in the late game here. The Marauder, bravely holding. The scan spots the main army. Astrea is expanding to the bottom right and the top left now. Kelazhur does not have much more room for error. Astrea heading towards the gold. A bit of an awkward angle for sure. The charge lots are funneled through via the mineral wall there. Widowmine drop comes in, kills a few probes, anything to distract. There's not much. Are there any more Templar in that army? No, it's just one Colossus. This is a great angle for Kelazhur. The splash damage isn't really significant here. Even some Vikings getting involved. Astrea, you've strayed too far. And Kelazhur bites off that bit of the army and will continue forward. It's not over yet. These two evenly matched. Astrea has the edge just as he did in the regional finals. But Kelazhur is not done fighting. The Vikings back in the sky to fight the single Colossus. Medivacs with energy. A very key part of all this. The Vikings targeted by the Blink Stalkers. More charge lots underneath. Widowmines will reburrow. One shot comes out. Is there detection? It doesn't look like it. He's building more observers. Now Astrea is vulnerable again. Another warp into charge lots. Looking for whatever opportunity he can get. He sends another dozen charge lots to the south. The planetary fortress. There is no building armor. There are some storms. The Templar comes close. The planetary targets it, but 2 storms on the SCVs. 18 SCVs melted by the psionic storm, and the charge lots may be enough to take out the planetary. Caught in the center of the map, the most asphyxiating. You got it. It's a choke point. It's a choke point. Moving up, 25 SCVs dead, and Kelazhur down under 50. A moment of respite, but the planetary is down. Another base taken, but Kelazhur, a bit desperate here, splits his army. There's some Templar in the prism, softening up the Marauders, and the charge lots picks up into the Medivac. The Medivac immediately shot down, and Astrea seems like he's closing in. He's now got a 50 supply lead, and right now Kelazhur really struggling to build anything more. The fact that this bottom right base is taking it all. The Widowmine Oh my, stand right there. The Viking count, still damn high. Might be able to get the Prism, not quite. There's no ship weapons upgrades. A bit of an oversight. Well, it's not like he can really afford it. This Observer is a huge deal. The charge lots in the Templar, though. Another base. Kelazhur hoping Astrea makes a mistake, but Astrea is not committing. He's not presenting a valuable enough target for Kelazhur to take that fight. The Observer spotting where the majority of units are moving. Blinks in. Charge lots behind. He needs to deal with this. Oh, wait a sec. He gets the Templar, and he's targeting the... Oh, no. He might lose all the... Well, doesn't matter, though. As the Bio Army try to target the Stalkers to get out, but he walked into a surround. Kelazhur, he gets all the valuable splash damage, but he loses everything for it. Desperate to get something done, but the cannons aren't incredible, but they should be enough. Recall is off cooldown, but Astrea moves in, looking to finally close this one out. It wasn't easy. 128 Zealots, 99 Marines, and 99 Marauders, 18 Templar, 8 Colossi, 60... They both ended up losing. Wow, the units lost within 500 resources at the very end. Well, welcome to Americas. Oh. And that was game one. I said this was one of my favorite matchups. Yes, sure, you could have the technical masterclass that is Clem versus Classic or something like that. But Kelazhur versus Astrea, it's just a full-on slugfest. Wow, what a game. Astrea, I don't know if he ever built more than 18 gates, but he had like 95 probes. The medevacs just kept running. He needed Caduceus reactor as well. Never got a fusion core though, unfortunately. Waiting for game two. I'm taking a bit of a breather as well. I'm sure they, that was quite a game. Longest game of the day. That game was longer than I think our series so far. Maybe not Maru versus Kelazhur. Alright. What's it gonna be? Site Delta. Popular map. Inoffensive, I think, is why, but it doesn't give a distinct advantage to it's one of our most, how do you say standard without it sounding offensive? It's one of our most traditional maps. There you go, nailed it. Heading into game two. Here we go. Countdown has begun. Place your bets. Still very consistent with what we saw during the regional finals, which is Astrea with a slight edge, but Kelazhur is still very capable of landing some punches. It ended up being, I believe, 4-2 was the final in Americas, but all the games could have gone either way by that much. All right. Now, Jimmy, send us in. In the top left, the American Protoss. In the red. He switched it up this time, apparently. It's Astrea. And has to fight back with 2 in a row. the Brazilian terror. Kelazhur. Now we see. Where's that SCV going? Oh, it's an NG Bay block. Wait, no. Okay. He's going gas first. Like, gas first. I think it's an NG Bay block. Into Cyclones. Just getting the gas that quick. We'll see if Astrea does anything. He dodged the SCV here perfectly. Annoying. We'll see how quickly Astrea scouts it. And what he does about it. There are different schools of thought. There is the just pull extra probes. Build a zealot. Some players will just take a third. That usually seems to be what the Terran wants, though. Is just taking a third base. Astrea. It seems... Kelazhur's build immediately cancels the engineering bay. Is designed to exploit exactly this. But Astrea just slapped it down. No hesitation there. And that decisiveness will definitely help. As until that Nexus is finished, you can't shield battery overcharge in the area. You don't have those super pylons. Overall. And the probe saw it, by the way. The probe saw the factory. He saw the gas timing. Astrea knows Kelazhur's options. I think it just comes down to execution now. Stargate. With a wall on the top of the ramp. A bulb choice. Double Cyclone. Begun. The Clone Wars have. The Adept has to be very, very careful here. Obviously, he would love to scout that this is Cyclones, but losing the Adept means there's absolutely nothing keeping Kelazhur at home. So, the timing is very thin. And the fact that he actually put everything at the back. The Adept is going to try to shade in again. Hellions behind. Does he bother? He just goes right by. And getting there as quick as possible is more important than hiding this. He actually completes the shade to try to dodge the Cyclones. And that will delay the second command center. So, small victory there. He recalls the Adept to the main. The shield battery will be done. Oracle in production. Alright, here come the Cyclones. There's no vision at the top of this ramp here. The pylon placement. Oh, stasis! That actually... Well, Well, the Oracle has no energy. This is... this is certainly a unique scenario. He tries to eat the lock-on. Huh. I'm not sure if that stasis is helping Astrea or Kelazhur more. Oh, he needs that pylon. You can't lose that pylon. You lose the pylon. That could be the game. Oh, no. The Void Ray. Half a second. He burns through. Void Ray pops out immediately. Charges it up, but there's no shield battery here. He tries to save it. Knocked down by the Cyclone. Warp gates are warping in. But the shield... That 1-2 seconds on the Void Ray is everything. And now Stalker's being whipped in. The probes themselves are vulnerable. Astrea's already taken a lot of damage. It isn't critical yet, but it's bad. More probes down. Now Kelazhur's even. And again, these two just going at it. Another probe down. Void Ray about to complete. The Stalker count isn't high enough to just drive these away. He's rallying Cyclones across the map. Targets the shield battery, but the Void Ray will be enough to strongly, politely, yet firmly ask the Cyclones to leave. But the lock-on, Micro's back, loses one clone. More clones on the way. And this is the big danger of taking that third base like it. It was such an obvious play, but it's so difficult to deal with a well-executed Cyclone timing. Charges up, burns through, and just into... What a save! Oh my. Wait, kills both of them. And wait a second, here comes Astrea on the other side. The boys are pre-pulled. The bunker is not done. And now SCVs are vulnerable. The Cyclone's trying to come across the map. Here are the Marines. A lot of damage dealt. Cyclone's on the other side. Now it's Kelazhur's turn. There are 3 Marines inside the bunker, which is enough. The Cyclone's looking for an opportunity. There's nothing back at home to defend. Here we go again. Oh my god. Another one. The Cyclones just walk into the bait and will start slaughtering probes. Oh my. There's just nothing here. 7 probes. He's just target firing them down. 9, 10. Meanwhile, Void Ray gets a couple SCVs. Stim is done? Okay. The Void Ray gets away. Third base. Cyclone's killed. He's trying to outrange the Marines, which is technically possible, but I wouldn't rely on it. Okay. Now that the smoke clears, let's take a look at what the hangover gives us. Astrea, 40 to 40 workers. He's got a third. Blink is on the way. Kelazhur is putting together something that resembles a more standard... Oh my god. Just recall it. Meanwhile... Oh no, we're not done! Middle of the map. No concussive shells yet. Blink will be done right around the timing. That concussive and +1 and combat shield. There will be a bit of a blink timing. He's in... Yeah, we're not gonna stop here. Oh, that blink is so important. 15 seconds. Another Void Ray. He recalled the Void Ray. No, you can't fight. Even 2 Marines is too much. He's gonna use the high ground. Oh my god. Technically, they can still see him there, but he can keep... Oh, that was a bit... But blink is done. He wants to blink on this so badly. He wants it so badly. There's no charge. He's bringing a couple zealots up. Infantry weapons level 1. It looks like we're gonna even out. I wouldn't give either player a decisive advantage here. Astrea, once again, getting his third in a timely manner, but Kelazhur already has all the fixins for his bio ball. Does he have... Wait. Does he have a starport? Where's the... Am I blind? Oh. I mean, kind of, yeah. I did... Okay. Just built it at the natural. Why not? Well, that's not nearly it. They take a look at each other. Bit off a little more than he could chew there. The stalkers don't realize it quite in time, and they can't risk a blink forward. Charge is finishing up. Robo on the way for Astrea, who's already got a 4th base in production. A double drop loaded up with the first 2 medevacs. But, well, awkwardly, he's about to fly over an army that can't do anything about it. He's gonna catch a sentry, which is just okay. The death rattle force field. Now the army's again moving across the map so dangerously. Neither player really, like, it's all over the place right now for both sides. The army supplies are about even. The charge lock count is dramatic here. Does he actually want to come down that ramp? I don't think so. The concussive shells, doing what they do best. Hamstringing those zealots. Those whittle mines. Oh, but there's more units at the back as well. Whittle mines hit both sides. The stalker's trying to target. Comes over the top of the bio ball. Charge lot's chasing. He's picking up the tanks, trying to get away. But the charge lots are tanking enough damage. The tank's onto the high ground. May be able to turn this fight as there's no high ground vision. Slamming into the stalkers, reinforcements, but blinks over the top, takes out 1 tank. Charge lots, whittle mines burrow, and the charge lots are enough for now. Where are the reinforcements? Kelazhur still has a bunch of whittle mines on the other side of the map that haven't been dealt with. He has the armory complete, and a couple more medevacs will come up. And without any charge lots in front, it's going to be disastrous. Kelazhur comes out ahead with a supply lead. Though these whittle mines will be removed. It wasn't quite decisive enough for Astrea. The charge lots were kited too far. Even though the Stalkers were able to take down the tanks, it cost them as well. 35 charge lots have already died. Only 8 Stalkers, but he's barely built any more than that. Astrea has 76 to 58. 8 gateways are done, which actually seems a little low for this sort of game. Another army from Kelazhur. Storm is on the way for Astrea, but this somehow went unscouted. That just keeps happening. He's gonna run in. Does he unburrow? No, the Widowmines hit the Terran army as well. He's faking like he has Storm. At the Bio army, he's just gonna get the Templar. Going for the second one. Well, no Storms either way now. 13 seconds. Are there any more Templar on the field? 2 of them. A Warp Prism just finished. The Widowmines are recharging. The Observer is in position. The Storm from the back! And the Medivacs are entirely out of energy. Kelazhur will be forced to retreat. He dodges a Widowmine. Astrea saves the day yet again. The Storm's out of nowhere. Oh, just like that, and Kelazhur driven back. So evenly matched. EMP to kill an Observer. Oh, that's just offensive. Liberator's now on the way. Another army from Kelazhur, though. +2. The Storm Prism. I don't know how much energy. Do they have enough? Does it matter? Does Astrea just let this base go? It's taking so much damage. Trying to drag the Widowmines in. Knocks out a Medivac with them. +2 done. Oh, the Storm! But it hits more Zealots than it hits anything else. And +2 infantry weapons is completed. Astrea, is he recalling Obs? Oh, that's so awkward. On the bright side, that at least shouldn't be known. Wait, there's another potential Storm pre-MP. Kelazhur, though. Some more Medivacs with energy. They're just perpetually low on it. Another Storm. Draining so much energy of this army. Astrea trying to wait out those upgrades, I think, but he's running out of time. Kelazhur has the army. He's closing in on the base. Astrea has another one, but he really doesn't want to let this one go. The Widowmine's so dangerous to both sides. Trying to pull back, but an EMP hits as well. And Astrea, all the dangerous parts of his army have been removed. And now it's just the Bio against an inferior gateway force. And Kelazhur should have the momentum to carry this through and bring us into game number 3. An absolute slugfest between these two. Astrea not giving it up yet. But 19 probes down. And the Bio army is still... Wow. Okay. We're not... Because there are charge lots on the other side. Credit to Astrea. Letting Kelazhur potentially make a mistake. And now... the Bio gets another Medivac, but EMP softens up way too much there. Are there any... There are 3 Templar. There's a Robobay technically done. He just hasn't been able to use it. Kelazhur. The Nexus actually survived, technically. More Zealots. We're not done yet. I gotta stop calling the GG. As Kelazhur, he could still walk into the Storms. He doesn't have that many SCVs. The Observers can maybe clean this up. The longer he waits, the more complexity Astrea can add. Oh my. Struggling there. Well, here we go again. We meet in the center of the map. Oh, no! The most important unit in the game! The Warp Prism! It goes down with all hands. That was very likely 3 high-energy Templar. He stormed his own Observer to death. Another feedback. That's all he could do. Merges an Archon. There's not that much energy at all on these Medivacs. But there just might be too much about... Well, the Widowmines are dangerous. Reinforcements on the way. More Medivacs. We're still going, but Astrea just keeps losing ground with every fight. Well, force fields, but I'm not locked in here with you, says Kelazhur. A single Archon. +3 attack is done. And accent G. And Kelazhur ties it up. Another 100 zealots. This time around, another brutal game. We'll tie things up. God, these two, they're so consistent. Neither able to get there. That stasis in the pylon on the ramp, but then the game continues for over 10 more minutes. Well, it could go either way. Game 3. I have no idea what to expect. It felt like Kelazhur took a nearly decisive advantage, but then Astrea somehow turned it around with the Void Ray. The Void Ray that survived with like 2 HP and killed 2 Cyclones. I think that was it. I think that was the moment that brought Astrea back into it. Because if he loses that Void Ray, he can't keep Kelazhur at home anymore, and it gets worse and worse. I mean, it ended up pretty bad anyways, but here we go. Going to game number 3 on Oceanborn. All tied up. A moment of silence. We may not get another. They've graciously switched it up again with the colors to make sure I'm as confused as possible. At least it's not a mirror matchup. All right, that's what it meant. I can tell. Protoss and tearing apart. In the bottom right, we have Kelazhur striking back. Top left in the blue, Astrea just barely not holding on. Another drag out slugfest of a battle. But here we are. The decider. By far our closest series of the... Where are you going? Oh no. He's gonna try to NGB block again. I think it was a success last game. I think getting Astrea to expand to the 3rd, even though Astrea knew exactly what was happening, it just leaves too much vulnerability. It easily could have been a game-ending issue. The stasis on one of the Cyclones, I think, ended up being a slight benefit. But, yeah, Astrea. Now, he's got the pylon on the high ground, which he can use for shield batteries. This is actually a significantly better scenario, I think, than the previous match, where he had to build batteries on both sides. Looks like he will wall off the ramp as well. Kelazhur, does he go for something? Oh my god. Of course. Well, that's where the factory, instead of bothering with a reactor factory back at home, a proxy factory in game 3. Gateway. Not a Stargate this time. That Cyclone. The shield battery built off that pylon on the high ground, but the Cyclone should be fully operational by the time the shield battery arrives. Thin margin. Stalker and Sentry, neither of which is a particularly great match for a Cyclone without a shield battery. Stalker. The battery should finish just barely in time. There we are. Did he hallucinate? Astrea. Yeah, I totally meant to hallucinate a scouting Colossus. This is the most NA match. He's gonna be so scared. I got my Robo-Bay done at the 3-minute mark. All right, should be a... Of all the mistakes to make, I mean, it's still going to be a reliable scout. It's probably, wait, where are you going? Oh no, it doesn't quite make it across the map in time. If that ends up being the deciding, well, he's not overcharging yet. Loses the sentry, unfortunately. Kills one Cyclone. A big win to start here. The Marines had the wrong way. And actually... Ooh. Overall, Astrea holding the line. Without the sheer number of Cyclones you get off the reactor, Kelazhur isn't able to find the critical damage and is forced back. So now, once again, for the 3rd game in a row, we have to ask ourselves, now what? As I think, I was about to say, for the first time, it seems like they're not going to be able to do a bunch of damage to each other in the early game. But then Kelazhur woke up and chose violence. Or at least cloaked Banshees. Unfortunately for him, Astrea already has a Robo and is building an Observer. But that doesn't necessarily mean the cloaked Banshees can't find damage. Did he see the Robo? Technically, yes. But nothing out of the Robo actually kills Banshees. You might be able to see them, but... So, this will still leave us in a very awkward scenario, especially considering charge is on the way. Obviously, charge lots can't jump high enough to kill those Banshees, but... Huh. Astrea wants to do some charge lot aggression, maybe with some Archons mixed in. He could just rush to Storm, of course. Like, he's been loving the Storm here. Command Center. 3rd Command Center in production. Now, what will Astrea do about that? He spots it. He just keeps... He didn't see the tech lab. Oh, the tech lab is very important. Is there an observer at home? He's sending one back. The other observer. There is a shield battery. So, Storm is being rushed out. And with a shield battery in both mineral lines, the probe should be safe enough. Oh. Well, that shield battery is about 2 pixels too far off, so sucks to be those probes. So now Astrea will lose 3 probes and counting. And he has to deal with this, which will buy time for Kelazhur to get his 3rd base, get his infrastructure up. Oh no. It's getting pretty bad, actually. You don't expect the Cloak Banshee as a follow-up, which is the main value of it, to be honest. And, well, a scan spots... He doesn't have the little icon that says upgrading Storm. That's for us only, because obviously we need help. But sees the Templar, of course. Knows what's coming. And Kelazhur, there's nothing... He can't move out right now. He does not have the army. He has 3 Banshees, which is 3 more Banshees than typically a Terran has at this stage of the game. So, once again... Here we are, playing feedback. 0 out of 5. All right, killed my probes and is ugly. All right, well, that's just hurtful. Would not recommend. All right, well, you gonna lose the Banshees to kill a Pylon? No, keeping them busy. There's just 3 Banshees out here. Kelazhur gonna take his 3rd. Cannon's on the way. Down goes the Spylon to the Banshees, which I guess makes it a success. The Pylon Hunter. No Pylon survives his anger. Oh yeah, he's in range. He cloaks. Nope, the observer's right there. Link isn't done. He's actually killing Aggro. How's every battle like this? Escalating slowly, but then very quickly. No combat shield. Oh my god. Oh, Storm. Kelazhur, the lives of those Marines. He had no idea. Those Marines could have all been dead and he wouldn't have even noticed. Oh, wait. Why is there a Cyclone here? I guess a Cyclone survived. He will protect the prism, which has 2 Templar inside. But neither player finding any real decisive damage. Oh, Storm? Well, yeah, that didn't work. No combat shield. The Storm is devastating, especially after the stim as well. Another attack up north. Stalkers and charge lots. Wow. Okay. Yep, they're dead. Double drop heading out. Observer, a little late to be scanning for the ops. Still the Banshee back there. 8 kills on that Banshee. Feedbacks, so casual Templar taken out. More Templar coming in looking for storms. No Vikings yet to deal with it. Banshee! Remember me? Apparently not. Kelazhur, maybe a select all army? Snipes a Templar. Check that off your bingo cards. Oh my god. The Banshee's back. It recloaked. The battery is keeping it going for now, working on the cannon. He can see it now, but he can't. He's warping in the stock. Escalating things. Will he finally kill the Banshee? Yes. Alright. He's dead, Jim. Well, but the prism! No! Oh, that's more than worth it. Where's combat shield? Okay, it's on the way. He didn't completely forget combat shield. It's just really late. But as long as he has it for a significant fight, that's all that matters. +2 attack. Kelazhur very focused on the attack upgrades. His armor doesn't help very much against Storm. 4 siege tanks. Astrea, now they... feedback! Is able to interrupt, but the EMP as well. Grading it out. Colossi on the back line. He doesn't... Oh, he does have thermal lance. Oh, it's not a wall! But it is a funnel. And the fight... It looks like... Oh, the Storm. Charge lots. I think Kelazhur definitely did better there. Let's see. Yeah. Killing 3 Templar, 11 Zealots, and 8 Stalkers. He does lose 2 siege tanks, but... Observer spotted. Is that a Widow Mine drop? Of course it is. He's moving to intercept. Astrea might be able to bat this down, which would be a big win here. Yep. There they go. Just not having to deal with that is amazing. Observer EMP'd. Templar taken out. Jousting in the middle of the map still. Both sides maxed out. Astrea with an upgrade advantage. He does. Kelazhur doesn't even have armor. Alright, all weapons, all offense, and so far it's paying off. The Colossi caught between a rock and a hard place here. Astrea keeps having to refill his army. The Bio Ball just shaving off significant bits of it before Astrea can really bring it to bear. Ship weapons level 1 is about to complete for those Vikings, and maybe eventually Liberators, a fusion core for the first time here. The Colossi... Oh, and this is a very awkward angle for the American Protoss. His base, preemptive overcharge. Meanwhile, charge lots counterattacking on both sides. Brings a Templar with it, takes out a couple tanks, and all the reinforcements. And Kelazhur, I think, is forced to retreat here. Another command center, potentially vulnerable. Trying to lead him into the Templar. We don't mind still. He needs some observers over there, but the Zealots having trouble. A bit terrestrially challenged. The observer spots the main army over to the left side here, but the Storm strikes back Gonna do a lot of damage, but not really kill anything. We don't mind. At the cost of some of that Stalker HP is taken out. Kelazhur's medevacs need... Yeah, you know what? Yes, Caduceus Reactor. He is perpetually out of energy. Needs some monster energy. The sponsors of ESL DreamHack, of ESL Masters SC2. Monster energy for your medevacs. The most monstrous of reactors for him. Doubles the energy regen, which might be the most valuable upgrade in the game for Kelazhur in this series. Caduceus Reactor about to complete. Oh, but the Bio Army! Caught in the Valley of Death. Storms from the north. Astrea and Kaelus still going at it. Caduceus Reactor now done. Astrea, he's got 12 gates. How many robos? 3. He's trying to keep Kelazhur bottled up on maybe just 4 bases, but so far he hasn't really been able to do so. Stalkers, blink forward. Vikings, Stalkers. God. Every fight is pretty brutal. Another base, but the Templar, in an awkward scenario, that Ghost doesn't have enough energy. Storms across the board. Actually hit a lot of the medevacs. This, oh no, I think he lost a Templar to the mine. 2 Templar, maybe not. Maybe it was just a Zealot. The Colossus, I don't think it's the time for a Colossus drop. Astrea. Zealot, the base lands. Stalkers, a little late on the blink, but the storms across the bow here. EMP is at almost everything. The immortal count has kind of secretly gotten huge. He's got 7 immortals. Gonna bash through all those marauders. Not so great against the ghosts, but the Vikings not very helpful against them. And storms on everything. A huge storm there. Not gonna be enough to stop the base, but does a lot of damage. Astrea seems to have everything, but he's just not able to bring it to bear to crush Kelazhur. There's still a War Prism back here. I don't know how long it's been chilling. Or if that's the one he had with the army. Anyways, 6 Liberators at a time. Advanced ballistics on the way, and +2 ship weapons, which allows you to 2-shot Stalkers. 1 shot after EMP, and believe me, there's a few EMPs here. Astrea. He's taking all of the bases, but he just can't break Kelazhur's army so far. The planetary not being repaired. Wow, the hubris. I don't think he noticed it took that many hits. This Widow Mine has fired like 7 times. Okay, 3, but that's still 3 too many. A few charge lots. Liberators will deal with the prism. Oh, another Colossi! Oh no! The pathing, they'll still get a lot of damage done. The Immortals underneath. Works it around the charge lots as well. And wait a second. Kelazhur underestimated the power of the Immortals. Meanwhile, some charge lots on the opposite side. The Liberator count is growing dramatically here. There is not a Stargate for Astrea. Very soon, the Liberator count, 6 at a time, will get you that critical mass of double-digit Liberators you can't deal with on the ground. Well, can't is maybe a bit of a strong statement, but with immense difficulty and strife, you can maybe chip away at them. With the Venn diagram of freedom is so much to handle. Where are the Stargates? He's just gonna build forward shield batteries. Of course, Storm gonna be helpful as well. Another army. Takes out the Templar. The lack of Stargate is very concerning here, but he's gonna try to go for the Liberator. Storm softens him up. The Stalkers are fighting. The charge lots, a swarm of them underneath. 2 different battles being fought. One against the Liberators and one against the Bio. But Kelazhur eventually ends up winning both. But more warpins here. Just warping in the entirety of what's left on Ire. Another 10 eventually. Kelazhur is somewhat contained, but I don't know if Astrea refuses to go Stargate here. Really focus on the ground army. The Liberators, the shield batteries. I don't know if he's in range to overcharge from there. 3 more Colossi just show up. He really needs to take down these rocks. We're still going. Orbital command. Vulnerable. But Kelazhur unsieges the Liberators. How many does he have? He's got 7 of them. I don't know how many are on the... He hasn't been able to send any out to keep the probes at bay. But the lack of any Stargate at all really makes me concerned about the late-game options for Astrea. But then I look at his bank and realize he's rich. So he still has a ways to go before he's going to get pinned down by the Liberators. But here comes Kelazhur. The Immortals underneath, the real MVPs of these fights, I think. The Liberators forcing him away. The Observer somehow survives the battle. Using the charge lots to draw out the Widow Mines. Takes out another Liberator here. The Sky Turret army trying to fight, but the Colossus count is burning away the bio. And Astrea is making a lot of progress. God, just it's so brutal. The Viking count. 9 Vikings, 5 Those are my thoughts. The High Templar being targeted. High-Sec auto-trekking on the way. Does he have building armor? He does. But the charge lots are enough. Astrea moving forward, looking for a decisive fight. More forward shield batteries. Fleet beacon now on the way. The Stargate finally produced. Astrea realizing it might not be it. The Viking count, a Scandinavia of Vikings. The shield batteries. Kind of walling off his own units. Surprised he hasn't taken down those rocks behind him. Oh my god, the Vikings just one-shotting Colossi. It doesn't matter how many shield... Oh! Isaac auto-tracking. I don't understand. He's just weathering the storms. The batteries are almost out. He can EMP them as well. 10 more Stalkers warped in. More Stargates! Oh my god. And Immortals filing into the fray. Kelazhur, they still have huge economies. And down goes another Colossus. But Vikings, historically countered by Storm. The Liberators from the back. Another Storm. 3 more Immortals in production. Astrea draining his bank a little more quickly than Kelazhur. Here come the charge lots again. Drawing in the mines. Gonna take out another Liberator. Vikings hit the deck, but Astrea, has he broken through? More Liberators targeted. Another round. Widow Mines recharge. That is a planetary. Another set of Immortals is taken down, but he's looking for the Medivacs. EMPs hit everything here. Widow Mines recharging. Oh no, he's got Widow Mines at the back. It's just ghosts. Kelazhur, his reinforcements aren't here. Trying to take out the Liberators. The Widow Mines blinks out of them. EMPs again. Continues forward. The ghosts are battling. Another mine. The reinforcements being obliterated. Takes out a mine just in time. More EMPs. Liberators over the top. And the supplies are even at the end of the day, which I think means Kelazhur overall takes a win. In that, oh my god. 20,000 or so resources lost in the last 2 minutes. Kelazhur taking out 2,000. More minerals. Still, no Tempests. Ah. Blink Stalkers, trying to blink out of the mine, succeeds. The planetary vulnerable. We're going into something of a base trade. As finally, this planetary is taken down. But going to trade the corner as well. The income's actually shooting towards Kelazhur here. 87 to 53 workers, working on more, trying to hold the line. Liberator Storm lands maximum damage on the army. 3 more Colossi. Probes! Why are there probes here? Meanwhile, Stalkers. Snipes, Zealots, EMPs, piling into the battle yet again. Oh my. Another set. And Astrea definitely losing more, but he maintains map control. He's getting +2 air weapons. And finally. 3 Tempests. Oh my god. There are 11 Liberators. +2 ship weapons done. The ground army just cannot fight anymore. As Astrea waited too long for the Tempest. He has money in the... He is mining from these southern bases. If he's able to build up half a dozen or so Tempests... Oh no. Most of the Widow Mines... He just keeps throwing... How many? 150 charge lots. And that won't be the end of it. Another dozen or so here. And we're no closer to a conclusion. I think Kelazhur has actually... The Kelazhur stocks have gone up here. As these battles have definitely favored him, but with the Tempest out... Oh god. But what an angle. The Bio Army, the Stims. Liberators closing in using their anti-air. Why not? The Colossi taken down. Liberators fighting Tempest in the air. Zealot's gonna be warped in. The Tempest about to have +2 air weapons. Shield battery overcharge. The Liberators ping cushioning the Zealots. Just target practice there. Another few dozen, but Astrea has taken out another base. And Kelazhur is limited to the same corner Astrea is on the opposite side. Is there enough anti-air to even deal with the Tempest? He's targeting. Oh, the ghosts! The ghosts! No! The ghosts are kind of important! The charge lots! Alright. Oh no, the Widow Mine. We're reduced to just saying names of units at this point, as I can barely keep up with anything else. They're still nearly maxed out. Observer joins up. Orbital burning. Storm takes out another Liberator. Another Storm softens things up. The Tempest from downtown. And here we go again. Liberators blasting their way. Well, Tempest blasting their way and Liberators sieging up. A dozen, 2 dozen, 3 dozen charge lots. 29 charge lots on the field. But the Marauders to match them. The economies are massive and they're willing to throw it all away for a few more inches on the field. The Tempest, no match against the Marines, more Vikings in production. Astrea pushed back to his southern base. Warps in another round. The Tempests are chipping away, but Kelazhur is moving quickly, trying to use the Widow Mines against him, but most of them doing good damage to the charge lots. Where are the observers? How many observers are left on the field? Only 1. Knocks down another medevac. He has observer speed, thankfully, which is kind of important here. No, clean up those. Yep, gets the Widow Mines. Kelazhur has the northern base now. Okay. Is there tectonic destabilizers? No, he doesn't have the anti-building upgrade, but he has a lot of anti-building capability. Immortals underneath. Kelazhur not maxed out here. He's down to 40-something SCVs. Astrea doesn't have much of a bank. That Templar, I think, has enough for 1 storm. He needs it so badly. 1 storm. The Vikings. Oh my, ow, my head. That was not the storm. That was certainly not it. The only storm that could have kept Kelazhur in the game here. But he's still losing so much. The Immortals blasting past. There are some charge lots undercutting the reinforcements. And Kelazhur dips under 100 supply. While Astrea is still mining. Oh no. Vikings in production. Astrea has not won yet. By no means should we ever call this matchup over. But he has taken a decisive advantage in economy. And he has the... Well, he's down to 3 Tempests. And only 1 of them is at full HP. And he's long distance mining. So, you know what? It's not there yet. Kelazhur still has 1 and... it's like 7 mineral patches. So that's something. We're running out of bases. We're running out of mining overall. Vehicle plating level 1. Feels a little late, but better late than never. We got more charge lance. My god. Marine's biker against a Zealot. Zealot number 212. That's the real decider. The Templar. How many ghosts on the field? Just the one. Takes out the Observer. Probably the most valuable unit here. Oh no, the Orbital! 1 of 4. 3 more ghosts in production. Astrea long distance mining. Oh, gotta be real careful with those Tempests. He gets one. Costs him a Viking. And the times of plenty have ended. We're down to this. The Bio-Army is still very dangerous to anything without splash damage. The Immortals, I think the real MVPs throughout this game. The Immortals have really tilted the scales in a lot of these fights. And held the line when nothing else could. The army supplies. Ooh, Revelation. Oh, they're being so careful now. Yeah, you lose. Oh my god. 60, 120, 30,000 resources. I don't know how many there are on the map, but only a few thousand more than that. That is... It's everything. Neither player. They just... wailing on each other for so long that now every unit counts yet again. Well, EMP plus Vikings, very... Oh, the Tempest! There's no repairing that. I don't think the SCVs are gonna help. There is energy, but there's still minerals. Oh, blinks forward. Every ghost matters. How many Templar? This is just an orbital. Kelazhur. No planetary here. Is he gonna try to protect the base? Obviously, Astrea knows the army's coming. He knows the angle it's coming from as well. But the ghosts are still so dangerous. The feedbacks! At the land, another set! He gets them all! Wait, there's one! Is there any storm? Maybe one! Oh no, it doesn't have enough energy yet. The Bio-Army is rampaging, but is it enough? The one Colossus makes all the difference! Astrea's supply! GG! 30 minutes, an hour and a half! In Astrea!